I'm Jenny. Welcome to my channel. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for taking some time to join me today. It's a Motivational Monday. Yay! We are on Monday number 51. So if I hadn't skipped that one Monday a couple weeks ago, this would be the last one, but it's not. It's the penultimate. So never fear. We have this one and one more to go. But this is the back cover of the journal. And so this is the one we did last week, Let Go of Who You Think You Should Be. And then this week, so this will be the cover, and the quote, it's written here, but it's kind of hard to read in pencil, is you have to be where you are to get to where you need to be. So I like this for the back cover. And then I have one more quote for the front cover that we'll do next week. And so since it's the cover, I would like to maybe do a collage. So I thought I would use some text pages. I count music paper as text. Then I have things that I've written. This is a piece of some directions for sewing crafts, but it's in German. There is this piece, which is a different sewing craft book. I think this is maybe a knitting or a crocheting book. It's also in German. Here's a piece of a textbook. Here's a piece of a letter. These were from a book of illustrations. Here's a workbook for learning French. This is part of a kind of an easier version of The Three Musketeers. It had some really cool graphics in it. This is from another book. So I have book pages. So I have all kinds of little things here. This is from a sewing book that I would like to just kind of collage on. And I don't mind. I don't care if the words are upside down, right side up, sideways. It doesn't matter to me. I just kind of want to do a collage. And then I want to go over it with this bright colored tissue paper. And I'll show you, I want this because my inspiration for today is this. I made this quite a while ago. I had made some kind of strips of decorated like things for borders. So I want to put that on the border over here. I love the bright yellows and pinks. And so I thought this would be a nice kind of stripe to go with it. Something bright. I just want something bright on the back cover. So I'm gonna just kind of start by just randomly putting down those pieces of text. Just gonna tear them up if I can get my glue open. Okay, I'm having trouble. Oh my gosh, there we go. That was really stuck shut. Last time I closed it, I must have really done a good job of sticking that closed. Grab my towel. So I just use universal wallpaper and border adhesive for this kind of thing. I find that it works really well. You can use matte medium, you know, anything you have. You could just use white glue. You might want to, I probably should have gotten something to put under this. If you use plain white glue, you might want to add just a little bit of water. I wouldn't add very much. You just want it to be easily spreadable rather than super thick. So, you know, whatever, if you have just plain white glue is fine too. So I'm just going to put down, and I like to just kind of tear pieces and start in the middle and then kind of work out around the edges. I just, you know, and then you can go ahead and put some on to, you know, stick down the next piece as well. Oops. But I am going to put that, the sheet of, I can't even talk today, the sheet of tissue paper over it so it will kind of hold everything down together. And right now I'm just choosing random pieces, like I said, and kind of just moving out from around. And since it's going to have tissue paper over it, and also the quote will go over it, and you know, it won't really matter what the words are. So, and I'm just using each of the different kinds of text. I want to use the different kinds of text I have. So I'm just kind of going to use one of each one, a piece of each one, and then I will start repeating as needed. Don't want any super straight lines. We can trim the edges. So some people like to start on the outside and work their way in. I just kind of like to start in the middle and work my way out. So just a personal preference. And you can ink edges if you want to. I see I've got a piece there that's kind of so I'm gonna want to put something there maybe that I left a space, and I've got another one here, so I'll just kind of tap that down too. So I try not to overthink this, and so because of that I sort of just start ripping and throwing pieces down, because if I think about it too much, I'll worry about whether or not I've, have I put this the wrong way? What have I done? That one's not a very big piece. We'll stick another one over here. So I do end up having to tear edges on things though, because my scraps tend to be things that are offcuts. And so, generally the offcuts have straight edges because I probably put them on a cutter. Here, since we've got some music. Hope you guys are having a good day. I don't know what you're up to today, but hope it's something fun, and that you're getting some time in your craft room or studio or craft table or wherever it is you put stuff together. Hope Monday's treating you well. Might be another piece of this. Let's see. This has a straight edge to it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use the straight edge. Usually I just hang it off and trim it, but if there's one there, you might as well use it. Over here. Let's see what else I have. Yep, I'll just hang that one off the edge. I just thought this might make a nice background, and then we'd put something really really bright and graphic on top of it. Maybe a big butterfly, something like that. That might be fun. I've been working on another video as well that's not quite done, because I've re-recorded it a couple of times. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Start laughing and then I end up coughing. The video I'm working on is for part of a project that I want to do, this art project that I want to do. I saw a video a couple weeks ago, right before my birthday, that I can't remember who it is. I'll find it when I post mine and probably link it below. Anyway, the idea is this guy that I watch had watched another guy that he watches do a list of advice that he gave for every year he'd been alive. So it was his, the original one was a guy who was in his 60s, and so he was doing like 60, I can't remember, 68, whatever, pieces of advice. And so the person I watched, see, this is really convoluted, right? The person I watch did one for his 32nd birthday. So he did, 32 pieces of advice that he would give. And I thought it was really cool. It was fun to watch, and his 32 were interesting, and things that he'd learned, over the years. We all have little snippets of things that we learn that we can pass on. And so I did one for my recent birthday. I just turned 58 a couple weeks ago. And so I did one for that. And my idea, at first I just did it because it was fun. I'm like, oh, this will be fun. I'll do this. And then I had an idea to turn it into an art project. So I'm gonna do that, and I want to share that with you guys in an upcoming video. I guess I really don't have to go all the way to the edge, because I know I'm going to be using this and it's going to cover that edge, so I don't have to worry too much about that edge. But we do want the top, and I think it'll be a lot of fun to kind of do those little pieces of advice, and then maybe turn them into some little pieces of art, which, I guess I just can't not cover it. It's the, cover it all. Oh, I've got a corner down here. Oh my gosh. How did I miss that corner? Good heavens. I don't know how that happened, but throw some down here. Piece here. Once this is dry, I'll just trim off all that extra. And let's see, something else up here. But I really think that the idea of doing an art project with all of those little pieces of advice will be fun. So am I good? Yeah, because like I said, I don't have to worry about that little piece. Okay. I think while it's all wet, I'll go ahead and just do the tissue paper over it. Slide some of this out of the way. Now I've got all these scraps. As if my scrap pile isn't big enough. Well, this stuff came from my scrap pile anyway, so. All right, I'm just gonna throw a little bit more glue on there. This is gonna take a little while to dry. So once I get this on here, I think I'm probably gonna have to walk away for a little while. You know what, let's water it up and get it all kind of wrinkly. And it's stripes, but I don't know that I want the stripes to be perfect. So maybe we'll kind of go this way. Add some over here. turn the other way. It's all right. Okay. I'm just gonna get a little bit of glue and use my brush to work that out because I want it to be wrinkly, so I don't mind. I don't want the air bubbles there. I just want the wrinkles to kind of lay down flat. So wrinkles don't bother me. I just wadded it all up, got it all wrinkly. But I do want it to be flat when it's done. Don't want air bubbles like, oops, see, I just tear it. Oh well. I don't want like there's an air bubble, so I don't want that. But I don't mind the flat wrinkle. So that's all I'm trying to do is get rid of those. All right, got the edges here. Okay, so I am going to just let this dry and trim it up. And once it's dry, I'll be back and we'll keep working on it. So I'll see you in a few. Okay guys, I'm back. It's mostly dry. It still feels a little cool and damp, but it's mostly dry. So we should be able to move on from here. So this was the inspiration piece that I showed you. And while it was drying, I went ahead and trimmed it as it was drying up. And I dug through and found a few graphics that I liked, something kind of large. I really love all the yellow and orange. And as you know, orange is one of my favorite colors. So I found that, and I went ahead and wrote the quote. Because it was kind of a longer quote, I used some lined paper so that I could actually, be sure I could get it on there and straight. So we have some elements here. So this is a piece that I had, it's watercolor, it's on watercolor paper, and then it's got some water markers over the top. I did this several years ago when I was trying out some different color palettes for these flowers. I ended up using a different set of oranges and yellows and greens, but this was one of the ones I kept. I kept several of them. So I thought this might be kind of nice because I like the colors here with it. So I have this. I have this, which is a die cut that came with a package of butterflies from Dollar Tree. So there was like a whole bunch of orange butterflies. And I thought that one was fun. I kind of like that one. And then I found this, which is from a book, and I had already used the other half of the butterfly in something else, and it's a little ragged here, but I really love this wing. So I was trying to decide whether to do two butterflies. I thought we could just tuck the little body in under there, so he's peeking out, and then the wing is there, and we could do another butterfly here, maybe overlap them a little bit, or and then this would go here, or we could we could move this one up, so he's a little more up here, and then maybe this one's this way down here, and in the quotes in here, something like that. I also thought that with the butterfly wing, we could use the flowers if we wanted to do that. Maybe move them down a little bit. I mean, I could move them up and overlap them, but that would be quite a bit. But if I move them down, we can overlap them either over or under the butterfly wing on top, just a little bit there. And this could go here. So there's that one. And then my last thought is we could overlap a little more, maybe this way, and put the writing up here. So I've been kind of going back and forth between these. I like all of them. So I think though my favorite is this, because I really like this half butterfly. So I think I want him, and I want my flowers that I have drawn, and then I think we'll just put this here And this is the back cover. Let's see. Oh, where are the holes? I want to see. I don't want to poke a hole. Let's see, the holes here. Okay. I just want to make sure I'm not going to poke a hole in the text. So I think that'll be okay. All right. So let's start with putting this down. And I'm not gonna glue the edge yet. I'm just gonna kind of stick it in place right on that outer edge. Oops. Just so I can kind of see where it's gonna go. So didn't get much glue on there. Well, there. I just want it kind of stuck down on the outer edge, so we can put the butterfly, slide him under, and then once he's on there, I can go back and just add some glue on the inside. So I just want that kind of down, and I want the bottom done so I can trim it. There we go. So I just want to trim off that bottom so we can kind of see how that looks. So that's good. I'm just going to trim off a little bit there. Okay. Oh, good. Save that whole little butterfly. Excellent. All right. So I just kind of want that, and then I want to decide like where along here, because his little body is going to need to get tucked in. And so my thought is we would do that and then maybe just glue down his wings. So I just want to get enough glue on there to hold him in place. And then I can always go back and add some around the edges after. Right, there we go. So he just needs to be stuck down in place, and then we can fix him. And now we can decide how far up or down this is going to go. So we could go all the way up, but that's going to cover a good bit of the butterfly, and I don't know that it'll leave. I mean, I guess we could do that, but I'd like to not cover up so much of the butterfly. I'd like this to maybe be here. So I think just the edge here. I think we'll just put a tiny little bit. I don't want a lot. I just want to stick it down. There we go. Once we get the arrangement, then I can go back in and glue. I think I'm going to put glue stick on the quote here. The other ones are heavier. The graphics are a good deal heavier. They're heavier weight paper, so I don't think you'll see the hot glue kind of, leaves little lumps under it if you're not careful. But the wording, I think we would see those. So I just want to use the glue stick there. All right, so I'm just going to get this all glued down, and I will show you when it's done. Okay, I have it all glued down. I think we're good. I have pulled out a glitter gel pen. This one it's Sioux Color glitter. It's called Night. It's G57, and I thought we might, give him a little antenna here in the gel pen. Oh, that's pretty. And maybe outline a few things. Maybe our quote. Just to give it a little something. I was contemplating adding some more little details to it. So maybe, I'm not sure. I really like the edge over there, and I don't know that I want to detract from that. I mean, this has plenty of bling. We have sequins, we have buttons, and we have little glitter on the butterflies, and there's some little jewels, and there's some glitter edge on that ribbon. So it's not like, oh my gosh, I'm covering up a little bit of that green. Okay, so I've got off kilter a little bit here because I forgot that it's a little lumpy on the other side underneath. Oh well. Cut that a little bit maybe. There we go. It's okay, it's a little thicker on top, but maybe make it a little thicker on the bottom. A thicker line. Just to cover up my mistake there. So I'm not sure, you know, as I was saying, I put this stuff on here. So there's quite a bit of bling here, and I don't know that I want to add any more, although I think some little jewels in the middle of the flowers might be really pretty. On the other hand, we could just do that with a glitter pen. I could do a little of that. You know, maybe we could do a little addition of some glitter pen here on the leaf. You know, that might be pretty. I could probably pull out something in that kind of orangey color and put the centers in, or I could put them in this dark that I have. Well, that's pretty with the glitter, just a little bit down there, just kind of pulls that down. I wonder about, let's just add. Oh, I think I like the dark centers. Yeah, I think that's pretty. Okay. We'll do some of that on these little flowers here. Oh, I think that's pretty. I think I'll go ahead and do the rest of them. And rather than pulling in jewels, we'll just let the glitter gel pen kind of be shiny there in the center. Kind of pull us down to look at those flowers, because there's a lot of dark up here, so just want to balance it with a little bit more down here on the drawing. Oh, I think that's pretty. I like that. So we could add a little up here on the butterfly, but I don't know that we really need to. I mean, I don't know, would that be too much? Should we outline the butterfly? I think not. I think we'll leave it as is. Just a little bit of touch of glitter down here, and all of this bling up on the side, and then around here. I think that's nice. I like that the way it is. This is the back cover. So next week we will be on week number 52. It will be the last one of the Motivational Monday series. But we'll get started on that art project with those 52 pieces of advice, 58 pieces of advice that I was talking about at the beginning of the video. So I hope you'll join me next week for number 52 on this. And in the meantime, we'll get started on that other one. I would really appreciate it if you give me a thumbs up, hit that like button. Really helps me out. So if you've enjoyed the video, please do so. Thank you for spending your time with me. Until I see you next time, remember, use what you have to make your life more beautiful. Bye.